Everything coming through fine? Okay. Uh, okay, I couldn't see the chat log, but I see it on the screen now. Alright. So, hello and good evening. Adapter came in, so I wanted to do some testing on that, and that checked out in different ways than intended. So, adapter works. DualShock 2 did in fact function in Final Fantasy XIV, but the shoulders were, the buttons are fine, and they read fine, but it requires too much pressure on them to functionally bring up the hotbars. So that ended up being a no-go, at least for 14. But because I used some drivers to get the DualShock 2 to even be read, ended up firing up the DualShock 3, and it does still kind of have the shoulder button issue, but that it's negligible by comparison, and I feel like I just need to get used to the controller again. So, ordered a longer cable, and that we should be back up and running in 14 by Friday. Anyway, where we left off last time, we had just gotten the third request from Abram, and, well, from his proxy, that is. So, here we are, and we're going to see what he's got in mind. Just as soon as I go over here to this rubble. With this trilobite fossil. Speaking of, we are currently at 9 out of 18, so halfway to level 9. I have another job for you, Bacon of SGS. This one even riskier than the last one. So originally the level cap was 25. With the addition of Expedition, it goes up to 30. They also added a few new systems with Expedition, but it's been so long you might as well treat it as the normal package. Plus, Expedition is probably one of the singular best DLC that has ever been put out for a game in general. Like, it is completely worth it. Do you wish to hear it? Yeah, go on. This hole that we dug up will lead you to the ventilation system of the Union Embassy lower level. Among other things, this area also serves as a protectorate prison. I need you to liberate a prisoner. Her name is Mora. As far as I know, she is the only prisoner there, but I cannot be sure. You will encounter moderate to heavy resistance down there. I would prefer if you could liberate her with no casualties on either side. But if you do engage in conflict, make sure you leave no witnesses. You do not want to find yourself on the Protectorate's most wanted list. So, what do you say? What's the pay? 1,000 Karens. I'll do it. You may descend the ladder when ready. So, I mentioned before about how unsecured areas are unique in that you can get away with, well, everything. The prison level is one such area. If you leave while having been witnessed, well, you're doomed. But if you come down here and anybody that does actually get a confirmed sighting of you, and you end them, getting away with murder, literally. Oh, did it reset my... It does reset speed every time I open the game. Good to know. Now, I won't do what I would do on a normal experience run when I'm playing, privately, because I would actually go out of my way to kill everybody down here and loot them. Several units down here have really nice gear, or at least gear that you wouldn't be able to readily get your hands on here in the tutorial area. But we'll see what I can get away with, because why not? Yeah, no, the tutorial for Underrail is like a good 10-ish hours. It gives you long enough to understand most base systems by then. So if by the end, if by the time the tunnels open up and you're like, yeah, I don't like this character build, that's your cue to re-roll. Yeah, just kicking them in the nuts does such a great job. Now, I don't believe that they will... Yeah. So because I'm neutralizing targets completely silently with this build, via, stunning them and then just meleeing them, another strange comm device, I can actually get away with a lot more down here than I thought I would, so who knows? We might loot most of it. But yeah, keep in mind I am doing a few side quests and stuff at the same time. I generally, unless I know that a skill check is just going to be entirely too high for me, I try to resolve all of the side quests I can while I'm at a given area. Alright, there is one small issue, and this is from the system level. This is technically entering another area through the ventilation shafts. You can't immediately manually enter combat after doing that. But this checked out. Unfortunately, the target is female, which means Dirty Kick is only a 1 turn. So this is probably not going to end super well for me. Yep. Now, the Sentry Bot doesn't matter. Not in the grand scheme of things. And now that Exposed Weakness is gone, oh boy. Wow, you're actually terrible. But you see how point blank their burst didn't even hit me once? You can thank the hopper leather. Not hopper, siphoner leather for that. Protectorate propaganda. Ooh. Stop opening doors, please. Protectorate propaganda and a key. Alright, them opening that door is actually really unnerving. They didn't used to do it that frequently. Huh. That's new. Because yeah, okay. Whoopsie. Biotechnician's suit is worth keeping on hand for the, well, the literal bio resistance. Put together with your gas mask, it can neutralize most ambient, basically gas traps and such. Not the best for actual combat, though. Hmm. Encyclopedia fragment and some OK black cloth. The woman seems highly apprehensive of you. She takes a few steps back, and you notice her stare is alternating between your face and your hands. Are you Mara? Some kind of a trick? You already know who I am. Actually, I don't. Not allied with your jailers. I broke into this place. Yes, I am Mara. I'm here to bust you out. Why? Who are you? I've been hired to get you out of here, and that's all you need to know. You want out or not? Yes, of course I do. How do we get out of here? Don't tell me you expect us to just walk out the front gate. What do you mean you're still working on? Just use the vent shaft, my dude. Time to go, more. Oh, okay, it was literally because I didn't open the cell yet. What do you have in mind? I've unlocked your cell and opened the ventilation shaft. In the vents, you'll find a crack that leads up into the caves. I like the sound of that. Should work. Hmm. That could be problematic. And almost killed myself with my grenade. Literally 3 health remaining. Might as well reload. I mean, grenades gonna be grenades, I guess. And there we go. A relatively bloodless removal of a prisoner. Mora has escaped, safe and sound. Here is your well-deserved payment. Our business has concluded for now. I will be leaving for Core City quite soon. If you happen to be interested in doing more business, find me there. So far, you haven't disappointed. I will keep my eye on you, Bacon of SGS. Who do you work for, Abram? In due time. In due time. But there's my extra 1,000 Stygian coins. And if there was ever a doubt as to how dangerous Abram was, 400 health and a decent shield. Now, this might be a terrible idea. We're going to see if I can't take care of the bandits over here now. Just to get some okay loot on hand. One down. Well, they're running away from me, or were. So I guess we'll make them... Make them work to get close enough to actually do anything. This is a mildly problematic position. Well, it would be if he'd actually been hitting. One down. Rather, that's two at this point, actually. And all three. Nice. Colton, or rather Silas, wanted us to look into some help to take out the scrappers. Which means I'm going to need to head back to two different places, SGS and the embassy. Just sort everything real quick. We'll go ahead and head back to SGS real quick. Offload my excess. Bacon. There's a showdown of gangs about to happen in the junkyard, and the Black Eels want our help. Tanner listens to you calmly. After you're finished, he runs his hand once over his beard before responding. I wasn't aware that the tensions have escalated that far. This is quite a serious matter. We'll need to assemble the council for this. Follow me. That is basically the situation as Bacon explained it. What do you think would be the right course of action? I know for one you'll be more than glad to jump at this opportunity, Gorski. Damn straight. I've been telling you people before, and I'll say it again, we should establish a foothold in Junkyard as soon as possible. I don't buy their diplomatic integration nonsense for a second. It is the perfect location for their next hostile takeover, and once their supply lines are set and secure, they will annex Junkyard. Well, half a Junkyard wouldn't mind being rid of brutal gang oppression. They'd celebrate Protectorate for it. Sure, good for them. Trade gang oppression for military oppression. Great deal. Meanwhile, we'll have Protectorate troops staring at us from across the river. Gentlemen, Gorski, in the event that Underrail Protectorate does take over Junkyard, we'll at least be able to trade freely with the United Stations. No more paying insane fees to the Eels. No more having to worry about the pirates. Gorski's frown becomes even more pronounced. And tomorrow, when they decide that SGS too must become part of the Union and send forces to diplomatically integrate us, what would you do then? There won't be any forewarning, and there aren't going to be any factions standing between us and them. We got literally 20 minutes between the moment they decide to attack and all hell breaking loose at our bloody doorstep. And things will be bloody as long as I'm here. And why? Why would it be so terrible to be a part of the United Stations? Would you rather have us ally with thugs and raiders than be a part of the civilized world? You'd prefer, I don't know, ironheads to Protectorate? Civilized, bloody world? Is that some kind of diplomatic mumbo-jumbo the ambassador's been feeding you, or are you just plain stupid, woman? Gorski, there's no need to get... Some of us have seen what their version of a civilized world is like. Some of us have seen the real world instead of spending their time flirting with Union ambassadors and whatnot. I came to SGS to be a free man. I refuse to be one of General Melek's drones or lackeys. Not that they'd have me anyways. They'd put a bullet in my head, and Hezra's too, probably. Ezra stares into the wall silently. Vera sighs in resignation, placing her hand over her temples. Tanner holds both of his hands up to ease the tension before turning to you. What do you think, Bacon? So, given that I have no persuasion, all three of these persuasion checks are probably going to fail. But, I say we side with the Black Eels for now. If we decide to join the United Stations later, we'll do that from a more advantageous position. That might be the wisest course of action. Go get some rest, Bacon. Come and see me later, and I'll let you know what we decided. Which, if by some chance it does work out, that's cool and all. It doesn't actually affect the success of the quest. We'll just go to Protectorate and butter them up. As he turns to you, Tanner gets straight to the point. We decided against helping the Black Eels. We're already stretched thin with all the earthquake reparations going on. Perhaps if circumstances were different, he strokes his beard, appearing to be deep in thought. No, there's little we can accomplish at this point. You should forget about this and carry on with your other tasks. Yeah, if you had I believe it's like 45-ish persuasion, you can move them to act. But yeah, that's just not happening right now. Will want persuasion later, though. How's Newton doing? He'll be alright. He wasn't seriously wounded, and it'll heal quickly. But he's been under a lot of stress, so we'll keep him here a while. Give him a chance to go get some rest. Poor kid. All in all, he'll be fine. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Yeah, heal me. Oh, that's actually a fairly valuable crossbow. Grab a repair kit. Now I'm going to check with Ezra and see if he'll take any of our electronic shit. And he will. So these are categorized as psionic components, I believe. And seeing as how literally only cryokinesis would be learnable, and it's not exactly one that's good for me, just gonna... Oh, no? Oh, they're electronic devices. Okay. We can still get rid of one of them. And for now, we'll just take the cash and run. Go and inform Silas of the unfortunate turn of events. Okay. So actually, it doesn't matter. He'll just take whichever side you can get to, get sweet with him. Go ahead and do the ritualistic de-threatening of myself. How can I help you this time, Mr. Bacon? Black Gills are preparing to move against the Scrappers, and they are asking for your support. The ambassador seems somewhat alarmed. We expected this to happen eventually, but not this soon. The tension between these two factions has been steadily growing. We will aid them, but in turn they will have to allow us to have some military presence on both the docks and the old junkyard gate. Let me know if these terms are acceptable. Regarding getting support for the assault, United Stations and the Protectorates have agreed to help you if you agree to allow them to hold some military presence on the docks and the old junkyard gate. No surprise there. They've been trying to gain additional ground here ever since the embassy opened. Fine, I'll let them post a soldier or two. Alright, I'll let them know. Yay, go for work. Silas has agreed to your terms. He nods. We will send an agent to coordinate battle plans. See, they could have cut out the last loop, admittedly, but it's whatever. At 5 times speed, the walk isn't terrible. Great work. The Protectorate guy has arrived and we're starting to discuss the details of the attack. Now it's time to plant the explosives. Colton's got them ready. Take the explosives and plant them in the cavern Blaine told you about. Once we're ready to move, we'll detonate it remotely. Let me know when it's in place. Go ahead and get some more coins. Silas told me you've got the explosives ready. Yep, here you go. Blow yourself up. Hey, setting up explosives is one thing. Grenades veering off my pinky and bouncing at my feet, that's an entirely different matter. It'll be fine. Perhaps. Maybe. That's weird. I don't remember all of this being here. Well, it's there and it's free. Pretty sure you can use bottles for... Oh yeah, you can use that to make more, quote-unquote, incendiary grenades. Just call them Molotov. There we go. You are currently in a partially controlled zone. Okay. Welcome to the wormhole, brother. Where will this tunnel take me? Destination Hell, brother. Also known as Depot A. Yeah, if it wasn't obvious, an Omni tool is practically a necessity. It really makes getting around without unnecessary attention much more palatable. Painted welding helmet. You look so cool welding stuff with this on. One oddity. Speaking of, need 4 more oddity points. Alright, let's hide in the vent shaft because of that mine, which almost killed me. Hack. Attempt to gain level 3 access. Successful. Security. Security auto turrets. Turn off. Oh, look at the dog. He made a very bad mistake. Dog collar. It used to belong to a dog named Muttley. 1 oddity point. Is it really a case of me getting wrecked if it's just explosives on the floor every time? Yeah, the fact that you can get 3 of it, though, and it's... unless there's just some really unoriginal naming schemes in the Underrail, it's kind of silly. If there is anything that I will actually fault this game for, it is the fact that targeting through walls can get a little bit unnecessarily complicated. I think we're going to be saving a few times. Call it a hunch. Oh, I can't actually get to them. Okay. Acid burnt femur. This human femur has been damaged by corrosive acid, meaning that the mutant it belonged to suffered greatly from its mutations. 1 oddity point. Full train schedule and a scrapture. Have both of those once already and level up. Another acid burnt femur. I believe excess points will carry over just fine, but let's go ahead and get the science out of the way. Have hacking high enough, I think we can back off of it for now. We can get electronics caught up. And sure enough, it does flow over just fine. Next level requires 20. We're 1 out of 20. And he had a shock steel sledgehammer. Can't even use it correctly, which is unfortunate because that would work really well against all the electronic enemies you might find in the near future. The dog didn't trigger that? Oh well. And a trilobite fossil. So, to my knowledge, it doesn't matter where you use it in here, just that you use it in here anyway. Set up the mining explosives. And our little gang turnover is basically good to go whenever. And immediately getting out of there. And I caught myself in the explosion again. I mean, it's not my fault it happened. It's all RNG's fault. Oh, there was a dog left. Okay. So at the moment we're over encumbered because the crippling strike hit us, which lowered our strength. We're just gonna have to deal with it, and by deal with it I mean look at all of the loot while waiting for it to wear off. Another acid burnt femur. Another scrapture. Chew toy, which we've already gotten once. Another welding helmet. We're just steadily getting little odds and ends. The K&H MP6 SMG. It's an old world 9mm submachine gun. It's reliable and precise, even during prolonged bursts. This is one of the rare, unique weapons in the game. They are static, typically, in terms of their statistics. It is basically a one-of-a-kind weapon. Some of them can be pretty good if you're built to use them. As an SMG, I mean, extra precision, extra burst precision. You want to use burst with SMGs, so that's not a terrible weapon, just completely incompatible with us. We're about to have to go and offload our loot. Coincidentally, turret is no longer active. Unfortunately, that's about all we can do at the moment. Nothing. Aha! It's a good thing I saved. Yeah, we're just gonna leave. So see, if this was a higher perception run, those would pop up. You know, we wouldn't be learning about their presence by, well, stepping on them. You know what? We're going to repair that shock steel sledgehammer. That'll probably go up more than enough to justify the use. As soon as I find it. Oh? Oh, I guess because it's a shock... Yeah, it's because it's a shock steel, it requires an electrical kit. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we can clear out his coins with that yield pretty easy, so start collecting some odds and ends we will want. Alright. Hey, heard what happened? A bunch of people came from down south, injured, disoriented, and stinking worse than Core City dogs. Claim they've been held hostage by this psionic thought controller freak, but apparently some scavenger guy came in and wasted the derailed son of a rat. I wonder who that was. Good thing Karens don't actually weigh anything, right? After all, I'm carrying around, what, 4,300 of them now. It'd be like carrying around your 20,000 gold in Pathfinder after a big fight. You wouldn't be able to carry your loot. It'd be too heavy. We didn't get topped off. You've probably noticed, if you've been looking at me when I'm shopping, but anytime I see adrenaline shots and I'm below a certain threshold, I want to try and keep a certain value on me. Adrenaline is really good. Yes, drug, but oh boy, you use drugs in this game. I know it's because we're in the tutorial, but there is a startling lack of options for knives and gloves right now. Like, I'm actually slightly concerned that this might end up leading to something bad. But now that we've tidied up our inventory, which I say that, I should take a moment and reallocate my combat utilities. Let's head back to Junkyard. And why don't we act on that whole Black Eel versus Scrapper bit? So, the Scrappers and Black Eels, relatively small factions, almost entirely locked to Junkyard. Not very big ripple. You can obviously just take their quest lines just far enough to get into Depot A and then zip through that. You can kind of work on both, get access to both the wormhole and the gate. Or, if you progress with the Scrappers, you can set things up to shut down the wormhole. Status quo is more or less kept the same, but, you know, Scrappers basically still have dibs on Depot A. Now, obviously, if you side with the Black Eels, well, Scrappers are just going to get purged. Relatively straightforward batch of quests. I typically always go with the Black Eels. In a normal run, it gets you a lot more loot and a fair amount of experience. As for the experience, well, the explosives are in place. Excellent. We're ready to move out then. Grab all the gear you need and let me know when you're ready. Make sure to bring some meds. This could get ugly. Yeah, so, I'll explain after it's resolved, but there's a few ways this can go terribly. Ready? Let's get this show on the road. Alright, people, time to move out. Your protectorate soldiers will be attacking from the north, through the old junkyard, while me and the boys will hit from the front. Where do you want to go? I'll hit the front with you guys. Good, we'll be glad to have you. Now let's go. So, you don't get to sneak in or do anything. Initiative is rolled on entry. That's one of the issues. So, we finally get to do something. So, if you notice, Silas took some damage. I'm sure it will be fine, right? I thought that was a baby, but no. I apologize for any sounds in the background. That is stray cats doing the deed. Or about to do the deed. Take your pick. And we're just gonna move out from the cluster and try not to die. Well, under classic experience, I would be heavily incentivized to, get as many killing blows as possible. Simply because, standard experience means experience on kill, right? No reason to go out of my way. But we will use a certain something. Adrenaline. And heal up. And there they go. Also, they totally just killed a normal dude. So, everything's resolved. Here's the thing. Don't know if they fixed it, but if Silas bites it in the middle of all that, the quest cannot be resolved. It is just permanently incompletable. Or it used to be. Maybe they've since fixed it, because I have noticed a few good fixes across the board, but yeah. Because I mean, he's the quest giver, and there's really no second in command that would work. But Eddie's dead, and victory is ours. We gotta clean up here, and then we'll head back to the docks. We'll continue there. If there's something you want from this place, just help yourself. And be on the lookout for any stragglers. You get wasted in a second if you ain't careful. So, let's loot literally everybody. If we hadn't have knocked off, what's his face, Elwood, this would be our chance to get a scrapper insignia. There's Eddie's corpse, and take back that mysterious disc. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of the Protectorate troops that came over here got wasted. Because that would have been a new oddity or two to pick up. Nice quality laser pistol though, that'll fetch a pretty penny. I'm gonna save for a loot anything that's red, just in case there's a weird... Okay, that's just for the old group then. Wrapper sack. Made by first rinsing a chilled copper mug with red dream mushroom juice, then muddling sugar, water, and bitters before finally adding a mixture of spirits and ice. When consumed, grants a 15% bonus damage with melee weapons and unarmed attacks. Ooh, as well as a small chance to daze the target, yourself, or both with each attack. Pass. But yeah, there's some fairly nice piece. Yo, okay, finally got a new knife. But yeah, fairly nice loot on all these guys, because I think they're meant for you to come here like after the end of the prologue, but let's be real, that's not how it goes. Another dog collar. Muttley. That's another oddity. So the real funny thing about all this, though, again, you have to let Silas live or else potentially it's still, you know, a no-go. Literally everybody else is free game. So therefore, Black Eel insignia. Cruelly crafted insignia worn by members of the Black Eels organization of Junkyard at 2 oddity points. Now I believe I cannot move. I cannot move. Got enough boots to fill a shoe store. Put them all in a nice little pile to come back for later. Yeah, that could have gone much worse. Just short of that 75. Another scrapture. We'll be back for all that shortly. Need to offload all this. He is yet to restock, which is unfortunate. Go ahead and wrap the quest up proper. It's done. Depot B is ours. Scrappers are no more. We couldn't have done this without your help, Bacon. You are an ally of the Black Eels now. So when you're out there on the streets, know that we've got your back. Here, he hands you 700 Stygian coins. It's your share of the money we got from the scrappers. And we got 1 oddity experience from the quest completing, so we are 10 out of 20 for the next level. You obviously can't complete the scrappers quests now that the scrappers are scrapped. We are sitting on 5,973 Stygian coins. Not enough for the things we need to do later, but not a small amount by any means. So we're going to leave the knives alone for now, because some of those might actually be upgrades for me. The guns can go. Traps can go. We'll sort through the goggles and all later. So let's see. Okay, so the serrated knife has slightly less damage, but it does have the bleeding wound deal. That's a 780 quality, so... And there's an 870, so... Let's see... An 870 standard knife, which actually would be slightly stronger than ours, just in general. But a tungsten steel combat knife. What's the differences here? Seems to just be crit chance versus crit damage bonus. A 960. Oh, I missed a gun. Yeah, see, this is the kind of guns you can get from that engagement. It's a wee bit above stuff you would typically be grabbing. That's a sniper rifle for one. Minimal strength and minimal weapon skill required to even use the thing. My first build in this game that actually went through to completion was a weird, I believe, weird shotgun sniper rifle combo. You know, Rain and Thunder. But no rifles this time. Oh, that's a tungsten steel dagger. So, steel combat knife, 9 to 15. That is completely overshadowed by this one. That part's a no-brainer. 10 to 17, they're tied, same AP. The rated steel knife. So on the one hand, that's actually a fair bit less damage, but the dot's pretty good against organics, so might just go ahead and keep that as an offhand for now. Let's go grab the next wad of gear. This shouldn't make them... Oh, actually, no, these aren't even considered red. Alright. One slow return. Once we're out of the tutorial, though, and we've got like a relatively large batch of loot we want to process, literally all you would do is get the best, like, price per unit, or rather price per weight items, grab a load of them, right? And just hit every major settlement that has several good shops and offload. You hit everybody in a single settlement that's gonna take any of your stuff, go to the next one. You'll come back with like a few thousand Stygian coins. And you'll just keep doing that throughout the game until you have a unhealthy amount of money. And you'll still need more. Oops, did not mean to put those. There we go. And with that, outside of going and doing auxiliary fights, we are now ready to wrap up the tutorial. The only quests that remain at this point are the fishing thing, which you are not completing right now. Literally finding the circuit board and meeting Abram in Core City. You can't get to Core City till after the prologue, so... Gotta love mines. So now we're in Depot A proper. Another scrapture. We have mutated dogs out here. You can get a new type of leather from these dogs, which naturally has acid resistance if you were to make armor out of it. But you do need chemistry to make armor from it. It will be slow going due to all the acid splashes. I would like to loot the bodies, just in case. And we have an acidic tongue. This tongue is bloated with corrosive acid. Do not squeeze. Worth one oddity. And another. Goggles blueprint. Empty mutagen container. This appears to be an empty mutagen container. Fortunately, most of the content has evaporated, and what little remains lost its potency a long time ago. Worth 2 oddity points. And we finally found our first shield. Won't help us much here, but shields are going to be crucial to progression. The Vindicator shotgun. Another scrap ship. Four points away from a level. Molotov cocktail. More traps. this is a very unfortunate position to be in. Okay, well, we'll just take the gate from Depot B into here, or take another route from below, because that's getting a wee bit ridiculous. Oh, actually, this should be unlocked. Okay, no, it's not. Temporal distortion, which we could use that and just have it. Another welding helmet. Seem to have caught me at a bad time, Mr. Sentrybot. Another mine, another scrapture. Another scrapture. We are one oddity away from leveling. Another tongue, and by extension, a level. Ooh. Would have preferred to have not been put on the spot. Mutant confirmed for male. So, let's go ahead and pop this open. I may or may not leave throwing at this. Hard 40, effective 67 isn't terrible. And our throws are a bit more accurate, but we will see. You know what? Put a few points into traps just so we can go ahead and start seeing them. Wouldn't that be great? Hmm. So here's the thing. I can go with hands or I can go with blades. If I go with hands, I know certain things I can take, but hmm. You know what? There's one way we can figure out show all feats melee. Hmm. So these are all the knife specific abilities. That's one we're going to obviously get because that's literally our whole gimmick. Okay. So on the one hand, there's definitely more there for just punching. On the other hand, eviscerates. Right, not eviscerate, cutthroat, which I can get now. Considering they both scale off of melee, uh, I think we can wiggle about if need be. So, I'm gonna take the thing that gives me a huge anti-humanoid niche. Cutthroat. Next level requires 22 oddity experience. Mutant Claw. Living tissue has been badly burnt, almost beyond recognition, and tough carapace-like crust now covers most of it, steadily getting thicker towards the tip of the claw. For 2 oddity points. Now time to try out our new move against that mutant. Or does that not count? Does it just strictly need to be a human? Another claw. Unfortunately, it's a 1 for... Another painted welding helmet. Flashbang. Lots of spikes. Oh, we are now over encumbered. But not anymore. Advanced Health Hypo. We won't be using that for a long time, though. Plasma core. Very nice. They just keep coming. Let's just reduce our cooldowns by 1. And use another grenade. That solves all our problems. Considering the sheer number of enemies, that went a bit better than it should have. You know what? I should have actually equipped that shield. Ooh. I'll keep misclicking. Jeez. Acid burnt femur. See if we can't offload some stuff at the gun shop. Theoretically, they should not immediately open fire on me for hacking this. Not where, well, I guess it's okay. I'll put it back for now, though. It did reset. I'm tempted to go and try and sell stuff to Blaine. I think that's what I'll do, actually. get healed, and then head back in. We should be able to wrap it up in one more run. We picked up some more lockpicks, actually. Chemical pistol blueprint. Another scrapture. There's humor blueprint. Metal helmet blueprint. Oh. I'm actually detecting traps now. Isn't that amazing? The scripture. The scripture, and we are capped on scriptures finally. Give me one moment. Need to check on that. Alright, sorry about that. Unfortunately, whenever there's an unusual sound, gotta go look. And there's the Armadillo class drill rotor circuit board. You always wanted to have one of these. Strange wrist computer. It's some sort of commercial civilian wrist computer. The target audience for this product, oddly enough, seems to be young blonde men in jumpsuits. Unfortunately, it's broken. And that is people who would get that reference probably immediately got it, but that is, in fact, a Pip-Boy from Fallout fame. Another empty mutagen container. And now we're finding all the traps. So yes, that was a worthwhile investment of skill points. The man speaks to you from behind the barrel of his revolver. That's far enough, boy. I don't know how you managed to make it this far, but I suggest you start backtracking immediately before I put some lead between your eyes. Take it easy, man. I mean you no harm. And just what the heck are you doing here? I was just scavenging. Didn't expect to find any non-mutants here. Go scavenge outside. Everything in this house belongs to yours truly, and I aim to keep it that way. That's alright with me. Relax a bit. Good. Who are you? I'm Wyatt Pear. I used to run this depot back in the day before it went to hell. Stayed here even when everyone else fled or went insane from the mutagens. Why do you still live here among this junk and mutants? This is my home. This is where I lived and worked all my life, and this is where I'll die someday, probably. What, you think living with mutants is dangerous? Living anywhere is dangerous, but at least I know where the danger lies in this place and how to avoid it. What happened to this place? How did all these mutants come to be? You know, over the years, I had these jackass scrappers come to me occasionally, asking me all sorts of questions before trying to kill me and consequently becoming dog food. But no one asked that, though it's the only question that matters. You see, one day, these two strange men came to trade. I think they were biocorp scientists, but I can't be sure. One was bald and pale, wearing a breathing mask. He had wires coming out of his skull and one of his eyes. And the other one was very skinny, and his face seemed to have been burned. He was eyeing me so intensely, I kept my hand on my gun the whole time. But that didn't matter. We traded with everyone, including Biocorp weirdos. So I sold them some petrol, mind shrooms, and other stuff. And they traded me a pack of fusion cells. I remember checking every cell to be real and full. Sometimes people would be stupid enough to try and scam me. The cells were all good, though. After that, they left. I woke up the next day to the sound of my dogs squealing. I rushed out to my living room only to see them convulsing on the floor and retching blood and acid. His face grimaces in pain and disgust as he speaks. I could do nothing to help them, so I put bullets in their skulls to end their misery, and I charged out. I was furious. Someone poisoned my dogs, and I was going to get to the bottom of it. But as soon as I ran through the depot, I realized something much worse had happened. Everyone I ran into was either dissolving in a pool of acid they had retched, or were overgrown with these green boils stumbling around, or turned completely demented. For most of them, it was all of the above. I was dashing around like in a dream, or nightmare rather. I don't know, I didn't know what to do. I just stumbled from one building to the other and finally ended up in my shop. He sighs deeply. Behind the counter, there were those energy cells I had acquired the day before. It's hard to describe what was going in my mind at that moment. They were definitely the things I purchased from those two scientists and examined and accepted to be fusion cells. Only they were nothing of the sort. Not at that moment. Not when I purchased them. Do you understand? They messed with my mind. Made me think one thing was another. Wyatt grimaces and puts his hands over his face. After he composes himself, he continues. They were mutagen containers. So how come the mutagen affected everyone except you? It did affect me as well, but not quite in the same way. Here in this forsaken place, it's sometimes easy to forget. Look around you, boy. Look at these ruins. The event that I recounted to you happened more than 100 years ago. And yet here I am, still alive and kicking. I didn't age a bit. I never got sick since. I never even slept. Perhaps that was the result they were hoping for, and someday they will come to reap what they've sown. I really hope that's the case. He twirls his gun on his finger. I'll wait for them 1,000 years if I must. And I will kill them, be they men or something else. Now, I've got no qualms with Wyatt, but he is a humanoid target, and I am very curious to see just how effective our new knife ability is. Not very, apparently. Not very effective at all. No, the only murdering that's about to go on is him murdering me. There. He's just gonna one-shot. Yup. What was the damage? Wyatt's aimed shot critically hits Bacon for 210 mechanical damage. And that's after resisting the 49. I guess he doesn't count because he's technically a mutant? Or maybe he's a boss type character, even though, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I really did want to test that ability, but almost. Open up that shield. How did I know? So coming down here is not even required at this point. We've already basically solved everything. But you never know what loot might be there. Wow. Wow. Okay then. I am just dropping that there. Oh, okay. That's fair, I guess. How did I know? One, two, three, four. Haha, you missed. Oh, look at them using actual tactics, kind of. And then no, limited temporal increment, and EMP grenade, go. Now, well, drained my shield, but I think it's worth it. Got a flashbang though, so you know what? That was worth it. And alright, we already had all the registration plates. Another welding helmet. Alright, I wanted to save them, but you know what? I'm getting tired of these locked things, so I guess I'll waste my level 2 lockpicks. Old data medium and a mine. The scrapture, but we're capped on those. Broadhead bolts. Advanced health hypo. Another empty mutagen container. And there we go. We are done with Depot A. Bacon. Found that armadillo. What's it called? That's excellent news. I'll get this to Harold so he can start repairing the drill immediately. This will aid us in clearing the tunnels significantly. I don't have anything more for you to do right now, Bacon. Go and take some rest. You've more than deserved it. Yeah, so canonically, this is heavily implied to be one day. 4 city outskirts, 2 hours earlier. You checked. Oh, 5 kilometer, I guess. We've checked 5K of the North Tunnel, Commander. All is clear. There are no new cave-ins. Got hit by a couple of aftershocks, but they weren't anything serious. He nods. We felt them here too, but I think it's over now. Spoke a little too soon there, bud. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, smart. Wait, this is not an aftershock. Oh no. We're under attack. Sound the alarm. It's the Faceless. Big drill. Yeah, that's a word for it. Or a phrase for it. So, Faceless from the public feed. To all stations, the Faceless have been spotted in multiple locations throughout South Underrail. They are using large tunneling machines to transport troops, and all reports suggest that they are heavily armed and large in numbers. They've already shown hostility towards Core City and Rail Crossing. All stations are urged to mount their defenses and report any Faceless sightings as soon as possible. Semi-urgent from Harold. Greetings. Please come down here and see me when you have the time. There's something I need help with. Camp Hathor from Big Brett. I've got something to discuss with you about Camp Hathor, so please come and see me when you have the time. If you haven't heard of it, I'll explain everything to you when you get here. And Urgent from Tanner. Come see me in my office as soon as you wake up. Sure thing, boss. That's really what it is, ain't it? So we are officially out of the prologue. Tutorial is done. Uh, Overall, the build is kind of actually working better than it should, so we'll see. Maybe we'll actually stick to knives with a bit of hand-to-hand involved. And to signify the whole fact that we are out of the prologue, there is new stuff in most shops. So, Core City shakes his head a few times. Apparently, there's an entire army of them there. Well, if you're going out, you better stock up. We got some new gear. What do you think of the Faceless invasion? I heard a lot about the Faceless, or Tunnelers as some call them, and none of it was any good. They are vile creatures from the depths, most likely deep caverns, who steal Underrailers and feast upon their flesh. Kinda like lurkers, but less human. One cousin of mine told me they stole his son, and he saw him do it. If Core City falls, we all fall. Unless the Protectorates somehow make a last stand at Fort Apogee. They are cut off from the north. However, I'm optimistic. Humans are resilient creatures, and we ain't gonna give up easily. So, I would like to see some nice new weapons, and I am quickly becoming disappointed. But they do have TNT charges, and that's basically mandatory going forward. Hey, Brett told me about Newton. Glad to hear he left. Glad to hear all he left there was some of his blood and not a corpse. Take a seat, youngster. Have yourself a drink. You don't need to be rushing about all the time. Let's barter. And give me all those lockpicks, because I am in sore need. So, I'll go ahead and unlock the next major set of objectives. I think that's where we can call it. Gorski and Tanner seem to be in the middle of a conversation, so I'm heading there right now to see just what the hell is going on, and considering the severity of the situation, do not expect my return anytime soon. He nods in agreement to what Gorski said before turning to you. We'll need your assistance with this as well. Some sort of attack has been carried out against Core City up north a few hours ago. The reports are sketchy, but apparently the Faceless are involved somehow. My contact tells me that the Faceless used their tunneling machines to circumvent the city's outermost defenses and deployed their forces just outside the city, cutting off the tunnel to the north. They haven't attempted to invade the city itself, though. Not yet, anyway. It is clear why they attacked in this particular spot. If any help was to arrive from the Protectorate up north, it would have to pass through the North Tunnel. Since the tunnel is now controlled by the Faceless, it would be the easiest thing in the world for them to simply collapse it, delaying Protectorate deployment indefinitely. They obviously wouldn't need that tunnel themselves. They make their own. All this is very strange. Faceless don't usually attack unless provoked. We know that they don't like the Protectorate much and are known to skirmish with them on occasion, but as far as I can remember, they've never waged war on any independent station. But that's not all, I'm afraid. In addition to the reports from Core City, we've also received a distress signal from Rail Crossing. They're having troubles of their own. We don't have any details regarding this, but apparently Faceless are involved there as well. Who are the Faceless exactly? Thing is, no one really knows. They live somewhere, or maybe everywhere, and the tunnel's far below, lower than most humans could endure living. They wear masks, never showing their faces, hence the name. Many stories about them and their origins circulate the Underrail, but it's impossible to tell which ones are true. Ask around if you're curious. That would be a very, very tall order. Can you tell me anything about Core City? It's a city that lies on the border between the North Underrail, controlled mostly by the Protectorate and the United Stations, and the South Underrail, which is where we are. No, for plenty of reasons. Gorski smirks. The land of the free. The core city spans both lower and upper Underrail, but since the upper railroad connections have all collapsed, the city's lower Underrail North Tunnel is the only connection to the Protectorate territory. Hey, you can call me what you want. I know things. What sort of place is Rail Crossing? It's an independent station built inside an old train depot to the northwest. Relatively peaceful place. We do a good amount of trading with them. What do you want me to do? I want you to find out what's going on in Rail Crossing, assist them if you can, and report back to me. Avoid engaging the Faceless if possible. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention. If you can find out what is causing them to attack these places, that would be helpful. I'm heading out to Core City myself to check out the situation there. You should meet me there as soon as possible. Look for me in the Hardcore City Bar. Vera has a job for you as well. Be sure to speak with her before you set out. How do I get to Rail Crossing or Core City? There are a couple of ways to get to Rail Crossing. The easiest would be to take the train since we cleared out the rocks. Alternatively, you could go through the side tunnels on foot. Some of them might still be collapsed, so make sure you bring some explosive charges to clear the way. As for Core City, both train and ferry are your options, with the ferry being probably a bit safer at the moment. Alright, I'm off. Good luck. You're going to need it. We'll go ahead and pick up... actually, you know what? We'll just hover over here. Because I do want to badger Jonas for stuff when I restart. And that is the conclusion of the tutorial and the prologue. The game drastically opens up from this point. Um, Training wheels are basically off. Now that you can break through the debris in various locations, the only thing stopping you from going to a given the only thing stopping you from going to a given place is your build and your level and your gear. Other than that, it's all free game. On that note, uh, that is as much as we are doing in this tonight. Um, so by technicality, that's not actually possible. You'll understand when we eventually get there, but the end game areas, well, you'll understand when we get there. Other than that, though, I'll probably stream some more of this tomorrow. Might even do 2 streams. If the new cable comes in sooner rather than later, may end up doing some 14 streams. If only because I need to catch up on tomes and do a few things here and there. But, 1 or 2 streams tomorrow. Friday, I don't know. And the weekend is probably just going to be no streams, or if the schedule opens up, something more casual and, just hangouty. But, did I save? Yeah, I did. I'll go ahead and overwrite it though. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed. And the game should pick up drastically with the next session. Have a good evening. Sleep well, because that's getting to Ski's bedtime for damn sure. Oh, hey. Thanks for coming by. Unfortunately, you're here at the tail end, but if you follow me, you should see a stream pop up at some point tomorrow. But y'all have a good evening. Y'all take it easy.